Masechet Makkot, PEREK Aleph, MISHNAH Zayin. Al pi shnayim eidim o shesha eidim yumat hamet. The pasuk says regarding eidim zomamin, if you have 2 or 3 witnesses, you can kill them if they were zomem. So the Mishnah asks, if you only need a minimum of 2 eidim, why would the pasuk mention 3 in the first place? When it says teach you that the same halacha applies to both. Just like 3 can make 2 zomemed, even if you have 2 eidim, they could be zomemed 3. I didn't know that 2 can even be zomemed 100 others. The extra word edim. Rabbi Shimon Omer, Rabbi Shimon says that just like 2 are not killed unless they both become zomemed, so if 3 testify together, all 3 of them have to be zomemed as well. 100, the extra word edim. Rabbi Akiva says, right? It's teaching you that, as the Hidush of the Torah is teaching you that the third one, even though technically he's extra because the minimum is 2, it's teaching you that since he was mitzaref with them, since he was added on top of them, even though he was pointless, he's still considered part of them. And then the Mishnah gives some musar. Just like over here we see that a person who is part of the Avirah, even though he's extra, he's considered as if he's doing it himself. I mean, the third zomem witness was not necessary, but he still did it, and therefore he's also chayav mitah, even though without him they would have been just fine with 2. So for sure, a person who's joining to do mitzvah is considered like the person who does the mitzvah himself. Okay. Mishnah Het. Just like you have 2 witnesses, if one of them's a pasul or a relative, the whole testimony falls apart. Also 3. So if one of them is a relative or pasul, it falls apart. I don't know if it's 1 out of 100 also. The extra word edim. Said, when does that apply? That it all falls apart. If it's more than 2 and it's talking about capital punishment, death. But if it's money cases, the testimony can be carried out with the rest of the witnesses. Rabbi Yomi says, what doesn't make a difference what type of case, whether it's monetary or capital. If the witnesses just witnessed it together and they warned the guy, that's considered a group, and therefore if one of them is pasul, then all of them are pasul. But if the extra guy did not warn the plaintiff, then you're opening up a can of worms, because then every single time, if they don't have to be warning the guy to be considered part of the testimony, then every single time someone's with a relative or a pasul person and they witness something happening, like a guy killing someone else, they're automatically going to be pasul, even though they don't mean to testify together, but just because they witness it together. So therefore, Rabbi says it all depends on the testimony and the warning. If they testify and they warn the guy at the same time, they warn the guy in the action, then that's considered a combination. But if the guys did not warn him, then they're not considered part of the edut, and they won't be making the whole thing pasul.